Ramesh, a middle-aged bus conductor who had worked the same route for 2 decades, lived a predictable and peaceful life. Every day, he and his longtime friend, the bus driver Shankar, followed the same schedule and met the same familiar passengers. Ramesh remembered every face, every habit, even each person's preferred seat. Life was simple, steady, and free of complications. But one day, that calm routine was disrupted when a towering Pathan man, about 6'6", broad-shouldered, wearing a traditional kurta pajama and a brown turban, stepped onto the bus. His presence shifted the entire atmosphere. The passengers fell silent, their eyes fixed on him, as if he carried an invisible weight of authority. Ramesh, normally calm and confident, suddenly felt uneasy. When he approached to ask for a ticket, his voice trembled. The reply came deep, firm, and intimidating. "Patan doesn't buy a ticket." Ramesh hesitated, embarrassed. The bus rolled on, but something inside him changed. That one moment planted a seed of fear and uncertainty he couldn't shake off. Over the following days, the scene repeated itself. The Pathan boarded, refused to buy a ticket, and Ramesh felt his confidence erode bit by bit. The curious, wordless gazes of other passengers made him feel smaller and weaker, as though he no longer commanded respect on the bus he had overseen for years. One day, overwhelmed and exhausted, Ramesh told Shankar, "I can't take this anymore. I need time. Something inside me needs fixing." Shankar didn't fully understand, but supported him. And so Ramesh took 3 months off, a journey inward, though he didn't yet know it. During those months, Ramesh rebuilt himself. He went to the gym, starting with the simplest exercises. He took martial arts and self-defense classes, attended personality development workshops, and learned to speak firmly, stand tall, and control his breath. At times he wanted to quit, but the memory of feeling powerless kept him going. Slowly, he grew stronger, physically and mentally. He discovered that real strength came from clarity and courage, not intimidation. When he finally returned to work, he was transformed, confident, calm, and grounded. The passengers noticed it immediately. And then came the day. The Pathan boarded again. But this time, Ramesh approached without fear. He looked straight into the man's eyes and said clearly, "Ticket, please." The familiar reply came, "Pathan doesn't buy a ticket." Ramesh did not step back. Why? Everyone else pays. The bus fell silent, and then, for the first time, the Pathan smiled. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a small card, and handed it to Ramesh. "I have a national all-India travel pass," he said. "I'm exempt, not because I disrespect you." Ramesh froze for a moment. Everything became clear. All the fear, frustration, emotional turmoil, everything he had wrestled with for months had come from a misunderstanding. Yet he felt no regret. The journey had strengthened him in ways he never expected. The Pathan looked at him warmly and said, "Well done. The first time I saw you, you were nervous and unsure. Today, you stand like a man who believes in himself." As the bus continued moving, Ramesh felt lighter than he had in years. He realized that life often tests us not to break us, but to help us grow. The story reminds us, the biggest problems are often the ones we create in our own minds. True strength is the ability to face challenges with clarity, courage, and self-belief.